Hello everybody, hope you're having another blessed day. For today's video, this is going to be my first deck profile and combo tutorial for after that September 2020 ban list that came out last week. Yes, and that ban list definitely has some surprises for us. We saw Rusty Bardiche come back, we see Harpy's Feather Duster come back to 1 finally, and we unfortunately saw Call by the Grave go to 1. AKA, we lost protection! But it's okay. I'm going to tell you what I feel like I'm going to be doing now for my Dark Warriors to make it the best competitively as possible. Tell you right now, Dark Warrior is still a really good deck. It can play against those Adamants players, Elflich. It can play against them all, even the Dragon Links, okay? So those people saying this deck is definitely kind of out because I saw they can get hit. Well, guess what? You're just always playing against those dang decks that don't play the hand traps. So if you see a Dark Warrior player that's not playing hand traps, not playing a bunch of like side deck cards to play against hand traps, I'm sorry. They're just trying to do kind of a fun, cheesy deck to get some kind of crazy negate board. And I'll tell you right now, that's just not appropriate for today's modern Yu-Gi-Oh! You don't need to go for 10, 15 negates. If you can get 1 or 2 negates, and then also something that just shuts down a board for a turn, that's going to win you the game every single time, okay? So in my opinion, this right here is probably the most competitive Dark Warriors deck I can currently make at this time. I'll definitely probably change it throughout the week as I test out more Fangs. But right now, this is what I like. So, starting off already, you can see, I'm not playing Rusty Bardiche, okay? Yeah, look around, no Rusty Bardiche. Because in my opinion, Rusty Bardiche is just not good with this version of Dark Warrior. Yep, you can hate me now. You can be like, what? You're playing Dark Warrior without Rusty Bardiche? Yes, I am. It's just not good. Because all that wants to do is make a kind of negate board, get you like 1 or 2 Fog Blades, hope you even get it to Cal Yuga, and people like, well, you can do Cal Yuga and Dark Warriors and Rusty. Well, yeah, it's cool and all, but guess what? As soon as you play that Cal Yuga, you may think, well, then you can ask the Rusty Bardiche effect to pop 1 card. No, you cannot. It's negated due to Cal Yuga, so you don't even get that summon effect. So Cal Yuga and Rusty Bardiche should never be in the same deck, in my opinion, okay? So people playing them in the same deck, I'm sorry, it's just not good in my opinion. Alright, that's just my personal opinion. You may think differently, but from my experiences, I would prioritize Cal Yuga for Dark Warrior deck way more than I ever will with Rusty Bardiche. But you never know. I'll probably be showing you like deck profile in the future. But yeah, let's get into it. So starting off again, you need to play free Ash Blossom. I also say this is probably the best hand trap in modern day Yu-Gi-Oh! At this time. It hits those 1-card starters, such as like my Nearest Place Connector. It hits those searchers, spells them from the deck, add a card from deck to your hand, and also send a card from deck to graveyard. So all 3 of those is basically the 1-card starters for most decks, so that you hits every one of those. Alright, so that is crucial for being in most decks. You have to play it. Next, the best Warrior Extender. People may say Fire Flint Lightning, but honestly, I'm not a fan of Fire Flint Lightning. I'll tell you why I want to get down to that card and why it's at 2, but Junk Forward still has to be at free any Warrior build deck, because 1, it can either be normal summon, or it can be special summon for the first turn you make every single time. Awesome. And now, also at free still, the best normal summon in the game of Yuga in my opinion, because I don't think any other normal summon out there lets you look at your opponent's hand, gets you into 1-card combo, and lets you rip a card, hand traps out your opponent's hand, okay? And also, there is a chance if you have Extender, you can do that twice! Yes, this card has the potential to loop your opponent's hand for twice, do 1,000 damage, and get you into 1-card combo. That's filthy. Absolutely filthy. So yeah, Nearest Place Connector, let's get you an off entire Soul Day, let you combo off, so you have to place that free. If you're not playing this card at free, any Warrior-based deck, I think you lost your mind. Next, Nibiru, which is a card some people just don't play in the main deck, sometimes put it in the side. I'm playing it in the main because think about the best decks out there right now. You do have the Dragon Links. You have the Adamant Spirit. I think it's still probably a really good deck. Dinosaurs doesn't really get there. Elflich doesn't really get there. But any synchro-based deck, you have like the whole PK Phantom Knight, Burning Abyss deck probably come around. That'd be something you can hit with Nibiru. You also have like I think Soundgrade's still a really good deck. That all gets hit by this card, okay? And I can just shut the deck down completely once it get hit by it. So Nibiru at free, I think you have to play in the main. And it is a card I usually side out if I have to go second. Or at least first, whatever. Next is Photon Fragile. I still play it free. Because similar to Junk Forward, it can always be played as soon as I draw it. It kind of helped me get into that 2 wars, so 1 or 2 wars of Extender. And why I play is because this has such good synergy with Nearest Place Connector. Because if you go into Thrasher into Connector and use Aqua Dolphin, you can use Aqua Dolphin's effect to target Thrasher And you can hit this about any card in your opponent's hand. Because it's rarely going to have a hand of a monster that's over 2100. And this actually won me games before in time. Because thankfully I went to Aqua Dolphin as a Papa. I think, well, I don't know what it was. Yeah, Inspector Border. Yeah, I sniped an Inspector Border at Photon Thrasher. And I think I had 2000 attack, but thanks to this card at 2100, I was able to wipe it out, do 500, and then it went to game. So thankfully, it helped me out there. Next, again, I'm playing free Fishing and Flying. There's no one-card starter. Let's get into 2 Maliciouses. I play it. It's just good. Whatever. Some people say, well, you may not want to play this. Want to play free Aqua Dolphin. You can do that also. I just like having the one-card starter. You also say you can play the Host Sublimation Knife for the Squeak Knight, which again is a one-card starter combo, and it's kind of less bricky than the 2 Malicious. But I like how Malicious kind of be an extra standard later on, and goes really well with Armageddon Knight for a one-card combo still. Next is Fire Flint Lady. I do not really like this card, because with this deck I'm playing now, I don't like to have usually an extra extender on the board. Alright? If it's a level 4 extender on the board left over at the end of a combo, I'm fine with that. But most time, my board gets really clogged up and messy going from a combo. I don't have room for random level 1. Nor do I really want to really care about getting that extra like 4 monsters on the board, because if I ever get 4 monsters on the board, I overextended. I never want more than 3 monsters on the board at a time before I get into Isolde. Alright? So Fire Flint is not going to do it, because I don't really care about the second effect by getting that second normal summon or special summon. So that doesn't help me out. Then we have Armageddon Knight, the Surface Elite, generic. Still a Dark Grepher, because this is how you unbrick yourself if you open up Plague Spirit in your hand. Because basically, once you get to Isolde, you just go for a Dark Grepher instead of Armageddon Knight. Use Dark Grepher's effect to pitch the Plague Spirit to the graveyard, to then also send Armageddon Knight to the graveyard. Right, and then you can go for the combo for there. There's you get the Aqua Dolphin for Connector, Plague Spreader to get into High Fibrax. You got the Cloak to get to the rank up, and Fly-On to get to the DDR. We did lose 2 Call by the Grave, so we switched back to free drag downs. This one's still, it's not as good because you do worry about your opponent didn't draw on a hand trap after you take the hand trap out. But it does let you take out like the Nibiru's, and also let you pitch, for example, if you get stuck with like a Malicious only in your hand. Makes your opponent force that to the grave and helps you come off from there, so that's okay. Same thing in Pauper Up. This is a really good card to unbrick your hand. Going first, if you open up like a Nibiru in your hand, you don't really want that, or you open up one if you're Malicious and has a Fire in your hand, you could then use Perform a Pop-Up to send both of us to the grave, draw 2 new cards to help you even combo more, and then open up maybe 1-card combos. Alright. So that's why I still play it, and yes, you lose probably up to 3,000 life points, but yeah, I don't really care. I'll play this Streeto. 3,000 life points is petty money to me. Alright, then we have the 2 DDRs. You need at least 2, because having 1 is a really good chance you're going to brick or mess up with Isolde. A lot of times I do send the second one off of Isolde's effect, so I can keep Moon Mirror Shield in my deck, because it's a really good card to case in situationals. We also have 1 Call by the Grave. We would love it at 3, but it's at 1, and since we do play combo deck, play as many as you can. So it's going to stay as 1 in my deck. 1 Defiant Sword. 1 Double Nothing for Utopia Double. Horn, the Moon Mirror, Reinforcement, you know the story. We have Sword Deep Seated. We have the rank up. We still have 3 Impermanence, I think the second best hand trap in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! At this time. Basically, it just negates any monster on the board, and it has a chance to negate spells and trap also, if your opponent's not paying attention to where it was set at. So it's also really good. And then we also have 2 Shape Brigadines. I usually play at 3, and I talked about playing this at 3. But the problem is, I need to take some cards out, and I decided on taking this down to 2, mainly because, yeah, even though if I open it, I can get like 2 Warriors, it's always going to be live going first, I can't banish this off a Defiant Sword, and that puts me kind of a problematic situation in case I want to banish another time, and I don't have the Warriors in the graveyard. So there's kind of supplement because of that reason, I cut down to 2. Right, now to our sideboard. Still a Ghost Stoker, I think it's still a really good hand trap at this time. You know, you have the Invokes, you have the Numerons, you have all that stuff, and this could hit like the Verte and not the Verte, like High Fibrax, to pop it before you go into Link Raw, stuff like that. So it's still a very good card in my opinion. This helps me get to 12 hand traps if I'm going second after game 1. So yeah, 12 hand traps in a combo based deck, yeah, it's filthy. Free Cosmics, basically for Mystic Mine. Free Exchange, this kind of took the place of having the free drag downs in here, because you know, if you're going first, you want to have many ways to deal with the hand traps. One reason I don't play Exchange, I don't like to, because a lot of times in my deck, I am going to open up a card, usually a hand trap. So that's kind of a problem with that. If I open up a hand trap, I can't even actually exchange. Because what's the point in taking a hand trap if they just take one back and use it on me anyways? So there's the thing with that. You got the Prohibition to hit like the Nibrus or Super Polys. What is going to hit this deck? You just got to watch out for game 1, see if they have it in the deck. Then 2 Twins, and I cut the third one out to put a Harvey's Feathers, which is just the best spell and trap mirror card now back in the game. Extra deck, 2 Isoldes, in case 1 gets like Solemn Judgment before you use the Quick Spell. And also it's a good combo extender, because basically if you go on your second turn after you go for your combo, as long as you can get 2 Warriors out, you can go into a second Isolde. You can always send Sword of Deep Seeker, it's always going to be in your deck, and you can pop out 5-Minute Lady, which then lets you get into Unicorn. So it's basically also you can get your Unicorn going second after you get your combo. Sword, because it's an OTK machine. High effects for the combo. You got the Unicorn. We're now playing Link Ross also, because I'll show you the combo I've been messing with it with High Fibrax. The reason why I haven't shown you this yet is because I thought one was going to get banned, so I don't want to keep your hopes up. But since both of them are going to be around for at least another 3 months, I decided to show you in there, and I just deleted it. So I have to grab you back quickly. Link Ross, I'm sorry, I know you don't want to scare him too bad, but please stay in the deck. We have Synchron Dragon. That's just here in case I do open up a level 4 extender, and I'll talk about that when I get to the combo. The formula. We have the Dawn Dragster. We're also now playing Herald Arclight to get no negate. And I'll show you that negate. It's always going to be in the combo for any 2 warriors. Because this full combo is going to have Dawn Dragster, Herald Arclight. It's going to have Yuga. It's going to have Kaiser. It's going to have the whole shebang. It's going to be filthy. But yeah, then we have the big eye for Yuga. We got Hopia for the OTK. You got the double and you got the Kaiser. So yeah, that is my Dark Warrior base deck. And now, let's jump into that combo real quickly before I run out of time. Alright, so let's get this combo going. It's a 1-card combo, so any 2 warriors, keep that in mind. Any 2 warriors gets you this combo guaranteed every time, at least you get a hand trap. So here we go. 2 warriors. We're making Isolde. The play's still going to be the same. Add a random card. I would say typically you want to add Malicious if it's not already in your grave or been used. Because then you can then send it off of, let's say, like DDR or whatever. And that's going to give you an extra war extender for your next turn going for OTK. So send your 4, Armageddon Knight. You're going to pitch the Plague Sprinter. Put the card back on top of the deck. Another card on top of the deck. Yada yada. But it's definitely now, you now can use Link Ross effect on Isolde. But go into it and get 2 tokens. So that's where we change the combo. Now we have 2 tokens. And these tokens are going to stay on the board the entire turn. You're not going to use them to your opponent's turn. Alright, keep going. Now we're going to High Fibrax. You know a lot of combo right now. High Fibrax for the cube. Armageddon Knight with it to get down Dragster, which gets you DDR. I'll fast forward. You should know this combo. The basic Dark Warrior combo of the Zephyrus Elite. Then go bring it back again. Yeah, you know the combo. We're now going to send a cloak. Once you send a cloak, you can then banish it to add the rank up. Overlay for double. Double's effect is then going to let you add the double nothing and help you go overlay now into a Kaiser. Okay, always add the Phoenix Blade because why not? You don't need to. I do it for the lulz. Use Kaiser's effect. Forgot to detach the Zephyrus Elite. I always forget to do that for some reason. Even though it has like really no effect at all to detach it in the grand scheme of things. But basically, yeah, here's our board. It's usually the same as this. On differences now, we have 2 level 1 tokens. So now, on our opponent's turn, we're going to banish the High Fibrax. We still go into the Synchron. But instead of now using a level 4 to go into like Desert Locust, we're going to use these tokens, which one is Synchron, to get a level 4. And yes, that is going to make now Herald Arclight. So now on our opponent's turn, before we even have to go into rank up, we can stop any card effect period with our Herald Arclight. And we can also stop any spell trap with Dawn Dragster. So 2 negates we can just don't have to waste with rank up. But you know, if they try to drop a Dark World no more, Mystic Mine, whatever, we can still go into Yuga. Boom, it's done and dusted. You just won the game. Because there's no way, in my opinion, anyone can handle gets a board. You have 2 Omni negates basically of Dawn Dragster, Herald Arclight. You got a 5k monster. You got a card that says nothing is live once it hits the board that turn. Graveyard effects are fine. Discard effects are fine. It also blows up every spell and trap during the end phase if you want to. So yeah, that is filthy. So yeah, let's just cut back to deck profile quickly, because that's just going to wrap up the deck profile, the whole game. And you know what, I'll be showing you guys in the future me using this deck to just clap some people in Dolan Book, because, you know, it's going to happen. It's really hard to play against Dark Warriors if that card goes first. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please like my video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Guys, helps you support me, helps me make more videos for you to enjoy. Now, like the end of every single one of my videos, Hope the rest of the week is blessed, and hope to see y'all again in the next video. And with that, I'm out.